On This October Night by Harry Dunwich. I need to start smoking pot by myself. It's 9:24 p.m. and I don't want my friends to be here anymore. They can't seem to read the vibe of this place, or maybe they're willfully trying to change it. It's so peaceful here. The air is heavy with thyme and the stars are the clearest I've seen for a month. And what are they doing? They're acting like middle schoolers who found an older brother's bong and snuck a few hits in the garage. Who comes to a cemetery at night to smoke weed and act stupid? Look at the stars or listen to the silence. Think about your own mortality. If they wanted to make crass sex puns and giggle, we could have just hotboxed Alan's car. Great. Now Donnie's playing that depressive, suicidal, post-black metal shoegaze music again. It's not enough we listened to his homemade 80-minute CD during today's car trip. Now he has to force it onto my blossoming high. I never say anything to Donnie about his music because he's fragile and depressed. And his music is a big part of his identity, and if his friends didn't accept that, I think it would really fuck with his head. But just once. I want to chill here without hearing this shit. The music of the October breeze isn't enough for him? I only agreed to come along because I'd been feeling reflective. It's difficult with everyone else making so much pointless noise. I'm trying to ease into my surroundings and let the weed take me away. For God's sakes, I'm laying next to a grave with my sunglasses on and my hoodie pulled tight. And yet they continue. Donnie and Juliana are cuddling and whisper yelling at each other, and I can't even see Alan at the moment. He's probably got his eyes glued to his phone, waiting for his new girlfriend to text him back. Am I the only one who's really here right now? I don't want to lash out at them and say something short-sighted like, shut the hell up and turn off that depressing music, but I think I'm reaching my limit. The pot hasn't fully kicked in, but it will soon. And when I start feeling it, I really don't want to have to deal with this shit. The same shit every time. This is why all we do as a group is drive around and do drugs at night. There's no way they'd mingle with my other friends. Wait, I think Juliana just said something about me. Look at Warren. I didn't catch the first part. But honestly, what do I care? I'm trying to existentially explore the inner machinations of my mind, damn it. I think I need to sit up. It feels like I'm wearing bubble wrap. So I'd better start focusing before I get lost on the borders of cohesive thought. It happened the last time I did an edible, and I really don't want that kind of high right now. It's not like we need a fourth babbling idiot in this graveyard. Alright, old sport. Sit up and concentrate on something. Pull your hands out of your pockets. Feel the wind blow across your knuckles. It numbs your palms. The flesh between your fingers. It reminds you of the way you felt on the Fort Bragg trip in March. No friends, just your family. Getting some quality time together and reconnecting. Sitting on the beach. Going into the water. Braced to freeze your ass off. It's almost like you're putting your hands in cold ocean water. Oh shit. That came on much faster than I anticipated. Am I ready? Let's give it a listen. Donnie and Juliana are making out, I think. All I hear from them are tiny wet popping sounds. Where'd the other one go? Look to the left. Alan's babbling about some hilarious photo he saw online today. I knew it would be something like that. Are my friends really that predictable? No. No, the internet has turned our sense of humor to mush. Nearly every joke we make is repurposing a meme someone else already invented. It's like Hollywood's remake cycle. Wait, is Hollywood a meme? No, don't go down any rabbit holes. Lay on the ground again. Think about death. You'll get there eventually. There's no way around it. You get closer every day. You have finality. You have a reason to live. The fact that you won't do it forever is more than enough. You're not like Donnie. Think about a burial at sea. Think about a coffin, rich finished oak, sinking through depths so black you can't even conceive them. past creatures no scientist has ever seen and may not ever see. Everything's so faded from down here. On the ground, behind the shades, it's like the stars are stuck turning black. They never fade, but it looks like they could at any second. Paused in transition, lost in translation, halted in extradition. Alright, that's a little too far. Pull yourself back to a decent degree of awareness. I think really hard about reaching for my right breast pocket until I feel my fingers touch it. From there, grabbing my Zippo is a matter of fumbling and patience. I have it at last. My handy-dandy, super-duper lighter. I love this thing. Shiny and unmarred, except for the little half-bent billiard pipe printed on the bottom left corner. No, ce n'est pas une pipe. Sit back up, open the lighter, flick, whoosh, tilt. Suddenly everything around me changes. I've thrown a bucket of orange paint into an ocean of ink. For the first seconds of the flame's life, I can see the whole graveyard. White marble headstones staked into a carpet of dying grass. Trees standing with a resolve like pillars. A scared boy and an apathetic girl, trying to love each other in desperation. Then the flame subsides, resigning to existence as a nub, peeking out from a hole in the chimney side. Fun while it lasted. Molten gazes splash over me, and I get the sense that maybe these star-crossed lovers want some space. Wobbling to my feet, I close the lighter and push my way through the air, which has gotten increasingly thick. I walk along a dirt path, fumbling the whole way like I'm forever missing a staircase step. I crumble in front of a headstone, sit up, and cross my legs. Flick, whoosh, tilt. And the name of Gordon Barker looms at me from marble, clean and white as bones. Set the lighter on the ground before it, get a better look at the inscription. I can't quite make it out, but the wavering amber light makes me feel like I'm Indiana Jones, illuminating a clue on the wall of a tomb. Did he ever fight a mummy in those movies? Maybe I'll head back over to the living. Lighter back in my pocket, I shamble back to the bozos. I lay on the pavement near Donnie and Juliana. They notice me, I think. So I ask Donnie if I can play a song. I know exactly what I want to hear right now, at this very second. The black metal buzz cuts off and I pull up a music streaming app on my phone. It's perfectly quiet for a few moments, right up until it isn't. Everything's happening at once. Swirling letters in alphabet soup. Before I know it, though, Bon Iver's Holocene is pouring into my ears and warming the space between. Chocolate fondue coating my brain. It fills the air like an auditory snowfall, occupying the spaces the wind couldn't quite fill. I'm thinking about him and her, and how I never see either of them anymore. And I see 1,000 hours worth of memories flicker across the tapestry of stars. And then it's over. I've been foiled by a poor data connection. The finger-picked guitars have stopped their hypnotic monologue, murdered by whatever trivial discussion my friends are having. This is the most defeated I've felt all year. I was remembering moments I hadn't thought about in lifetimes. And even better, the music was tying them all together, trying to show me something. I want to go back there, back to him and her, back to that feeling. It's a while before I remember my MP3 is tucked into the pocket of my flannel. I know I have Holocene on there. So I sit up, plug my ears, scroll, click, and pull my knees to my chest. I bury my face in my jeans and I think about my insignificance. And when I come back, my cheeks are wet, and I feel content with the person I am and have been. Hands grip my shoulders. Alan is shaking me, trying to see what's going on, but I let him melt beneath the horns and Jason Vernon's falsetto. Alan just can't let things be, so I will. The music fades, and I'm ready to face a human being not buried in my memory. My friends are standing, and I shove the MP3 in my back pocket of my jeans, knowing I'll regret not wrapping up the earbuds. We're walking now, and I can't see where because there's no chance I'm taking my sunglasses off. Juliana wants my lighter so she can introduce joint numero tres. I hesitate for 1 second. Then it's flick, whoosh, tilt, inhale, pass, exhale, and repeat. There's no way more weed is a bad idea. It's dark, and I'm moving, and that's about all I have the mental capacity for at this moment. Time doesn't move or even drag. It feels like it's lying still and bleeding. For a moment, Juliana cuts through my self-perpetuated fog with a shout, "Why are you still wearing your sunglasses?" Then, headlights slice across my lensed corneas, and I can see the road, and that I'm walking on one side of it, and my friends are on the other side. I hear them cry out, cursing the driver and his passengers while I thank God for Corey Hart. And once the car is passed, I mumble, "That's why," at them over the double yellow lines. I'm moving downhill now. I look up, but I can't see the moon because this road's trees make a better door than a window. My mind keeps returning to 80s music and how superior it is to most other music. Donnie's remembering the night when we walked from the cinema to Kmart and how I sang the whole time. Juliana asked me to sing again, and not for the first time I wonder if she's harboring some kind of crush on me. She never smiles at Donnie the way she smiles at me. I hope that's just the weed talking. Wait, thinking, not talking. Am I saying this out loud? I ask Juliana what she wants to hear, and she says, something from the 80s. My mind takes a detour to think about the Blair Witch Project, and how maybe Juliana was its subject. It's a quick detour, though, and I'm halfway through Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, when I realize I'm starting to come down. With my fresh perspective, it hits me that I'm walking the road to my house, so the weed couldn't have left me at a more perfect time. I don't handle my dogs well when I'm stoned. The universe works things out in mysterious ways, at least until logic steps in. Serendipity is bullshit. Juliana made us walk all this way so I wouldn't be high when I got home. Good thinking on her part. Our pace slows to a stumble as we reach my driveway. It's 11:40 now, and I feel like everybody's been ready to go home since we first lit up in the graveyard. I wave my right hand in farewell as I cross the threshold of my property. We never say goodbye in as many words. Turning towards the front door, something turns me back around, and I get a good look at the three of them walking away. Donnie, clinging to his girlfriend like a toddler clings to his mother's legs. Juliana, head tilted away from her boyfriend's, looking like she wants nothing more than to walk by herself. And Alan, tall and solemn, never betraying himself through body language. The completeness of it all is punctuated by Holocene, wriggling its way back into my head. And at once I knew I was not magnificent. They will always be the people they are, but I will always want them to come around again. The house feels static, cold and motionless, the inside of a painting. I don't turn on the TV or give my dogs affection or check my phone's notifications. I'm tired of thinking and I'm ready for sleep. But it occurs to me as my head hits the couch pillow that no matter how old we grow together, I will never tell my friends how I felt on this October night. How could I? I can barely even tell myself.